Happy lunch hour, gang. All right, Tuesday. I know everybody's ready for this afternoon or this evening, which so am I. I'm looking forward to it. Are you sitting on a gold mine? And no, I'm not talking about the story that Barbara sent me this morning about the Kentucky man that found 700 Civil War era coins under his cornfield. I don't know if you can imagine finding a bunch of gold in your backyard, but yeah. No, not so much that. Your pantry. Are you sitting on a gold mine? Literally. That's this is how bad Bidenomics has gotten to be. Running through some stuff, doing other things this morning. You'll see that later this week. But your food and how valuable it is right now. The food that you've put away, the food that you're growing out in the backyard, the chickens that you're getting your eggs from, how valuable that is. Going through a couple of things today. This is how bad it's got, where you're not shopping at Kroger anymore. You went to Aldi, but you can't afford Aldi anymore, so you went to Walmart. But you can't afford Walmart anymore, so you went to Dollar General. And now we're hearing stories about people that can't afford Dollar General to eat, and they are literally going to dumpster dining, not dumpster diving, going and looking at restaurants or grocery stores or stuff and seeing what they're throwing out in the way of food and grabbing their food out of the dumpster. This is where we've gotten, guys. That's Venezuela, okay? Remember the stories in Venezuela where they were killing the animals in the zoo to eat them. We are on the cusp. I talked about some of this morning on how bad it is getting. Credit card debt in the United States is maxed out. The biggest search on Google last week was pawn shops near me. Okay, this is where we've gotten to, where people are going, well, I've got an old electric drill in the garage. Maybe I can take it to the pawn shop and get $5 or $10 for it so I can go buy something for us to eat for the next couple of days. Now, I've been at that point in my life where, like I told you, I'd do surveys and go, woohoo, honey, I got $10. We can go to the grocery store. Fortunately, I'm not there anymore. Okay. Fortunately, I know I've got a couple of years worth of food in my house. So no matter how bad Joe screws up this economy and destroys the American way of life, at least I know I can eat. Hopefully most of you guys are like that too. I know there's some new people on the channel, okay? Maybe you're new to prepping, maybe you're just new to the channel. I implore every one of you to get food, okay? This has gotten to the point of silly when you have the New York Post and Business Insider, I mean, these are legitimate news organizations, interviewing people as they're picking through produce that is in a dumpster, flies, maggots, whatever would be around, and they're looking at lettuce leaves or plums or going to the back of a grocery store and pulling out the expired meat that's been thrown out. You know it's that bad because the food banks, like the one we donate to every Christmas, okay, that we do the big fundraiser for, when they don't have not enough food, they don't have any food to give to people. I'm sorry, sir, we're out of food. Where do you go? What do you do? Think about it. Literally, when there's nothing to put in your kid's belly tonight. Maybe you can go fishing. Maybe you're lucky enough to live near a pond or a lake or something, or the ocean, where you might be able to go out and catch a fish. Let's go back to, the old comedy, the Beverly Hillbillies, Granny making possum stew. Or the old joke, what are we having for dinner? Roadkill. Can you see that being reality? in your life? Maybe not. But I'll bet you there's a whole bunch of people, this article proves it, okay, these articles prove it, of people that's how far it's gotten. People are getting laid off like crazy. Companies are closing. I told you about the bankruptcies and corporate bankruptcies this morning. What does that mean? For a lot of them, it means restructuring their finances. For a lot of other ones, it means going out of business sale. You're out of a job. Okay. This is how bad it's got. Okay. Where the people that can maybe even still afford food are cutting back on toilet paper. Don't expect to see another mass toilet paper run the next pandemic that comes about because people can't afford toilet paper. When people are cutting back on the amount of toothpaste, on soap, on shampoo. You know, if you drive into any of these big cities and you see the homeless sitting around, there's a unique odor that emanates from those underpasses. Could that be you? This is what we prep for, guys. This is what is coming. When you go into your pantry, into the closet, into the garage, the shed, the extra bedroom, whatever you use to store your prepper stuff, you can look there and go, I'm a wealthy man. I'm a wealthy woman. Because you know you can eat. Think about that. When I remember being a kid, yeah, I can actually remember that far back. Oh my God, can you imagine being a millionaire? You know, when $1 million actually was luxury, not, gee, that's what a house costs. That's what a new truck costs. I mean, yeah, go buy a new truck, drop $100,000 on a new truck. 10% of your wealth, you're a millionaire. 10% of your wealth to buy a vehicle, right? Okay. Yeah, that's what they think a good economy is. A millionaire used to be something. Millionaire now is nothing. But can you imagine being to the point where probably most of us on this channel have never had anywhere close to being a millionaire in our life, okay? You know, we're lucky if maybe we can do 5% of that in the bank. Maybe somebody can do more, maybe doing less, okay? But imagine when you can't eat. When Rich used to be a millionaire and Rich is now, you have beans and rice? Can I have some? Because my other option is going down to the local dollar store and see what's in the dumpster. We're not talking about your typical homeless here. We're not talking about the drug addicted. We're not talking about the mentally ill. We're talking about Joe average middle class family. Can't afford food. Can't afford to keep themselves clean. Can't afford laundry soap or toothpaste, bar of soap. Okay? And we've talked many times about hygiene, how important that's going to be in SHTF. When people are cutting back on toilet paper and toothpaste so they can buy food, when people are going to pawn shops to sell whatever they have, grandma's old silver set that's been in the family for 150 years, but I need to eat, okay? When garage sales are popping up all over the place, I can't tell you, driving around here, I don't know if you guys see this in your areas too, but you have roadside garage sales around here that are popping up all over the place. And people literally, it looks like they've gone through a barn, a shed, and they're finding old junk and just putting it on the side of the road, hoping somebody will come by and give them $5 for something. Because maybe that'll get them a couple of pounds of beans or a couple of pounds of rice or something to eat. I'm not trying to freak anybody out. This is how bad it has gotten when Americans, the richest country in the world for the civilians, okay? The the poor in this country live 99% live better than 99% of the people in the rest of the world. Okay. And when we are to the point that we, your middle class people, okay, can't afford food. I mean, how many things do you think have already gone by the wayside for people before they've got desperate enough that they have to dumpster dive for dinner? You know, I'm not thinking somebody's sitting there with their checkbook going, well, I can buy groceries or I can pay the Netflix subscription. Netflix was gone months ago. The TV that was on the wall was pawned. Okay. Maybe they still have a cell phone. Who knows? But I really doubt somebody's going, yeah, you know what? My cell phone bill's $80 a month, $100 a month. Yeah, I'll pay for that because I need to be able to watch my YouTube videos. I'm just not going to eat today. When you have that many people dumpster diving, what happens next? That's when crime goes through the freaking roof. How many stories have you all seen, have you all heard about where people in grocery stores or Home Depot or whatever have been told if somebody's shoplifting, just let them go? Because the employees say if I get involved, I'll lose my job. So the companies have got to the point of they'd rather have people steal the food. Now, personally, there's part of me that says, okay, don't risk your employee's life over a pot roast. But there's other parts of it going, how well have we trained these people that they go, screw it, I don't ever need to pay for something like that. I'm going grocery shopping, honey. We don't have any money. I don't care. I'm just going to walk out the door. They won't do anything. That's anarchy. Okay? When everything's a free-for-all, nobody's going to go to the store to work. I mean, this is the slope that the Democrats have put us on, where stealing is acceptable. You look at all the other, the things that have caused the demise of empires in the past. You legalize drugs, you legalize prostitution, you legalize gambling. Stealing is okay. I mean, this is turning into Mad Max. I want what you have, and I'm going to take it at any cost. This is what we're in. When I said you're a wealthy person if you've got food put away. Food. Something that simple, that you've got food to eat. How long is it going to be till the stores close? Because like we've seen in Portland or San Francisco, stores and businesses are moving out like crazy. They can't make any money. So they close. We've had too much theft. We're closing. So the stores are gone. So now what do those people do? Well, if I can't steal from the stores, I'll steal from the restaurant for the food. The restaurant closed. Now there's no stores. Now there's no restaurants. Who am I stealing from next? You and me. This is when you find people in your gardens. This is when you find people eating your livestock. This is when, in the middle of the night, all of a sudden you hear your door kicked in. This is what we're prepping for, guys. You want an SHTF event? The Joe Biden presidency is exactly that.